Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on the latest developing stories. We start with Captain Sergi Roberto, as the injured Barcelona star is likely to return to action only after the international break. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Marco Verratti, as the ex-PSG midfielder have admitted recently that he dreamt of playing for Barca several times, and of course he names Iniesta as the best midfielder ever. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona have had some difficult times in recent weeks due to injuries to several key players. The likes of Raphinha, Pedri, Robert Lewandowski, Jules Koundé, Frankie de Jong, and Sergio Roberto have all been out with injuries over the past month, and it has had some effect on the proceedings for Xavi Hernandez and co. Heading into this weekend's clash against Real Sociedad, though Barcelona have recovered almost each of the injured players. Indeed, Raphinha, Lewandowski, and Koundé were all back in the squad for last weekend's El Clasico, while Pedri is set to return this week. That leaves Frankie de Jong and Roberto, with the former expected to be available in time for the Champions League encounter versus Shakhtar Donetsk next week. Now, providing an update on the condition of Sergio Roberto, Javi Miguel of AS is reporting that the Barcelona captain will likely return after the international break this month. The 31-year-old suffered a muscle injury in his right leg in the lead-up to the game against Athletic Club right after the international break in October. Since then, the versatile defender has missed the matches against Athletic, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Real Madrid. Even though he is not a regular for Xavi, Roberto has provided a lot of value to the team owing to his leadership and versatility. However, Barca will have to make do without him for a few more weeks, as it is suspected that he will only return after the international break later this month. As such, Sergio Roberto will now miss the matches against Real Sociedad, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Deportivo Alaves. Of course, players have been down with injuries quite a lot in the Barcelona camp, Sergio Roberto being one of them. Roberto was made the first choice captain at the beginning of this season after Sergio Busquets left to Inter Miami alongside Jordi Alba. Of course, Roberto have not played that much, but of course came as a surprise to many that he picked up injury, and of course he picked up injury precisely in training. That was how it happened, and of course he has been out. Of course, with all due respect to Roberto, his injury does not have such a big impact like how other players like Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Koundé, Lewandowski, Raphinha, it does not have such repercussions because he has never been Xavi's starting 11 player. And despite being the first choice captain, honestly, a controversial one at that, not being a starter. But of course, it will be good to see him back. Of course, he can add, he's always there to provide depth in the squad. And now this report is claiming that Sergio Roberto is unlikely to return to action against the Sociedad clash. Neither will he be present at the game in the Champions League against Shakhtar Donetsk. So it is now being reported that it is very much likely that Sergio Roberto will make it in time only after the international break, where we will play games, of course, important games in La Liga. where the manager definitely will need some players to add depth, resting some players as well in important games ahead. So I think so far there are some players that have been returning a lot, like Pedri, for instance. According to reports, we heard that he's already training with the team, and he's likely to appear in the game against Real Sociedad tomorrow, Saturday. So, of course, Frankie de Jong has also been a player that has been rumored that his return is very, very near, but not against Sociedad, but likely against Shakhtar Donetsk or the game against Alaves the other week. So let's see how it goes as Barcelona gradually recover some of their injured stars. Honestly, we have not been having the best of time. Our form has been very, very bad, greatly because of the injuries. But of course, we can't take that always as an excuse because injuries is a part of football for many teams. So let's just hope that things will get better for us. Then on to the final story of discussion. Heading into the 2017 summer transfer window, Barcelona were dreaming of bolstering their midfield after a disappointing end to the season where they were overrun by Juventus in Champions League and Real Madrid in the league. Andres Iniesta was on his last legs, while Ivan Rakitic and Sergio Busquets were massively underperforming. During their 4-0 defeat against PSG, Barcelona kept a keen eye on Marco Verratti and identified as their primary transfer target. The player was reportedly keen on joining as well. Unfortunately for them, the French outfit did not let the player leave and instead ended up signing Neymar from the Catalans instead by triggering his 222 million euro release clause. 6 years down the line, the Verratti saga is one of the biggest what ifs in recent Barcelona history. The Italian would have replaced Busquets seamlessly and added new life to the Blaugrana midfield. Now 30, Veratti left to join Al Arabi in the summer for 45 million euros. Speaking in an interview with our cast TV Sports, the former PSG midfielder was asked which team he dreamt playing for, and unsurprisingly, his answer was Barcelona. They were a team whose style of play I liked very much. That was not the last mention he made about Barca though. Verratti also named Andres Iniesta as the greatest midfielder ever and said that Barcelona were his favorite team. He also chose Lionel Messi over Ronaldo, saying that the Argentine was the best in history. Finally, when asked about the worst match played for PSG across 11 years, Barcelona's 6-1 comeback over the Parisian side in 2017 took the crown for Verratti. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.